Well, where is he then? Well, the world has gone to shit. We've got global warming, terrorism, and worst of all, Donald Trump could soon be president. But we're here to take your mind off the trouble. I'm Bruce, and this is Carl. All right, I'm doing this alone. Welcome to another episode of Terminal, home of the difficult, weird, and wonderful. But that's enough about Carl. Here's a look at what's coming up. First up, we've got an in-depth look at sleep deprivation, something we can all relate to, am I right? Then we have a look at hideous hairless cats and the people who breed them. Why in God's name would you? And finally, let's dance. We have a look at the art of popping, the dance, not making the popcorn. That's what's coming up, plus loads more.
Sorry I'm late. Bloody bus took way too long.
Oh, look, I'm glad you could make it, Carl. The first thing I'm going to ask you, mate, is did you get enough sleep last night?
I sleep at my normal time, so yes. I'd say I had my usual 8 or so hours. Why do you ask?
Well, our first segment tackles the effects of sleep deprivation. Let's check it out.
I became interested in sleep deprivation after reading articles concerning soldiers staying awake using not speed, starting to hallucinate with high-powered rifles in their hands.
Man was designed to go to sleep when it got dark and wake up when it got light.
Over the next 96 hours, I will not be sleeping. Every 8 hours, I will record a diary in order to show how much I have ruined my life. At 9 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and 1 o'clock at night, I'll be recording one of these diaries. In terms of my first 8-hour diary on what I've done is nothing. So I've been awake for 16 hours now. I'm really quite feeling it. That traditional heavy eyelids sensation. In terms of my mental test, did quite poorly. I really want to be able to say, I'll pick this up again in the morning after I've had a sleep. But I can only see that getting worse over time. So it was a constant fight to just stay awake. Been awake now for 32 hours. I went out to the city. I caught a friend. On the way to the city in particular, it was pretty hard staying awake. I found myself, my head bobbing in that traditional sort of micro sleep pattern. Cognition test, my score's actually gone up. Perhaps that's just being awake all day and having an active day helps to keep your brain's momentum, as it were.
How come I might feel better than this?
It's 1 o'clock on the third day. Actually just finished wrapping up a very, very impromptu music video shoot. I'm feeling it pretty badly, just right behind the eyes.
You know, when you're in a quiet situation, you can just drop straight off to sleep. And, you know, that's obviously a signal.
It's 11:30 on the third day, which means I failed. I put my head down on the tiled floor. No matter how tired I was, it doesn't matter where I was. Eventually, it's going to say sleep, and then that's it.
Wow, that made me thankful for keeping a sleeping schedule and for taking Dr. Mars sleeping pills.
What are you doing?
What? A little advertising wouldn't hurt.
Righto, mate. So, Carl, do you have any pets?
I did once. Poor Goldie.
Oh, mate. I understand. I have a pet rat.
There's no such thing as a pet rat. If you have a rat in the house, you've got an infestation.
Well, something else you might consider an infestation is hairless cats. Say, Carl, how do you feel about cats?
I quite like Grumpy Cat, and some cats in general.
Yeah.
I especially like black cats.
Well, would you ever consider being a cat breeder?
That's a thing? Being a cat breeder is a thing?
Yes. Yes, it is. And our next segment has a look at just that. Let's have a look.
They are the normal cats to us, whereas people aren't used to seeing the Sphinx, so I suppose it's quite shock value initially when they're not expecting to see a cat with no hair. My name is Susan Morton. I'm a hairdresser, a hobby of cats and breeding. I had to start working from home for family reasons at one issue. Works out great for the cats because they like someone to be home. Been breeding the Sphinx. I've only done the one breed as a practice run under my mentor, just to see if I could cope for the fact of having to hand kittens over. Obviously you can't keep them all, so I found it quite hard, and yeah, we'll probably do another try before I either jump in head first or wait a bit longer. The most common is freaky until they sort of get to know them. The other comment is everybody wants to steal Ted, and he's quite happy to get in bags, so possibly quite an easy steal if they really chose to. Well, we do say personality is more like a dog. They play the games, they sit on your knee, they love to cuddle, they're very lap animals. Just mischievous nature too. If there's something sitting around that they think shouldn't be, if you've left a pen or even your glasses, if you put your glasses down on the bench, you are going to find them on the floor because, it's fun. They get, quite depressed and moody if they get left to their own devices. You guys make liars now. Thanks. Good boy, Land. They haven't had their jumpers on for a week or two, so they're walking a bit funny, whereas tickling on I do a lot of friends' hair as well, so while they're sitting having their hair done, he likes to sit on their knee, and everyone seems to find him mesmerising to continuously pat. The Sphinx is put down as one of the low maintenance cats because the myth is, they've got no hair so they need no care. Because they have no hair, they need more care. And they're not too expensive to care for if you care for them correctly. Sort of everything rolls off of everything, so the bottom line is to give them good food. Normally it's around $1,500 for a fluffy one and $2,000 for a fully hairless one. Australian Sphinxes are creepy, so people say that. I think they're just not seen one or not had one in there. Yeah, they just haven't met one yet. You need to meet one. You certainly need to meet one before you could judge one.
力強い一歩は将来のための希望の一歩へと進化します。セントラルインスチュート・オブ・テクノロジーはあなたの夢を現実にするためのスタートラインになります。西オーストラリアのメディア業界は国際的にも成功を続けています。そしてパースシティの中心に位置するこのテイフは国内的にもそして国際的にも幅広く認知され、質の高い授業を提供している教育機関です。ディプロマ・オブ・スクリーン&メディアコースでの最初の1年間は映画そしてテレビについての基本的な知識を学び始め、この業界に入るスタートとなります。実際に現場で使われている最新機材を使用しながら1年間勉強ができます。ここではたくさん実務的授業を受け、実際に業界でも活用できる経験を積めます。さらには現地で開かれる多くの映画祭やコンペティションにも参加ができる機会があります。皆さんにこの業界の魅力、このコースが提供することを知っていただけたと思います。それではここからはコースの2年目についてご紹介します。コースの2年目からは引き続き映画制作について学べるアドバンスディプロマオブデジタルシネマコースか、テレビ制作について勉強ができるアドバンスオブディプロマオブブロードキャストテレビジョンコースかを選ぶことができます。それではまずはじめに映画制作の勉強についてご紹介します。 ザ・アドバンス・ディプロマ・オブ・デジタル・シネマコースでは1年目よりもさらに深い専門技術と知識を身につけるための授業が受けられます。映画制作における監督、撮影技術、録音技術などのさまざまある全ての役割について学ぶことができます。さらにはあなたが制作する作品をよりプロフェッショナルな作品に進化させるチャンスを得る機会があります。テレビ制作は急速な発展をし続け、非常に挑戦しがいのある業界です。アドバンス・ディプロマ・オブ・ブロードキャスト・テレビジョンコースでは複数のカメラを使った作品制作や専門知識を増やす機会が与えられます。実際に現場で実務経験のある豊富な知識を持った教師陣から講義や実践的な技術を学ぶことができます。さらにテレビドラマや生放送を含むさまざまある形のテレビ制作を最新設備、最新機材を使いながら挑戦ができ、経験を積むことができます。セントラルテーフであなたの未来の道を照らし始めてみませんか？
Damn, those cats are creepy. Thanks for the nightmares.
Oh, no problems, mate. We'll see if any of our crew would consider adopting one of those hairless little critters later in our Crew and A segment. And more nightmares await in another one of our $2 short segments, featuring some creepy mannequins. Oh, yikes. Mate, do you remember the last time you got near a cat? You had scratches all over your legs.
And that's why I use Dr. Mars anti-inflammatory cream.
Mate, seriously, what the hell are you doing with this advertising?
What advertising?
You were doing it just now.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, how about a bit of dancing to loosen up, eh? Carl, what do you think of when I say popping?
Corn.
No.
Pills?
No, dancing, Carl, it's dance. Sit down, Carl. You can dance at the end of the show when Federico Cianucci and his band perform for us later tonight. I'm talking about our next segment, a certain style of dance.
Since I was a little kid, I watched Michael Jackson.
I kind of grew up with funk and hip hop music. You know, you're just listening to the music and I just want to move my body pretty much.
I can more closely explain music and do what I want to do within the foundations of that style, popping.
Popping is a type of dance. It originated from around 1978.
Called the Electric Boogaloo that hopes to go from the streets of LA to its nightclubs.
Basically, popping just means dancing, but with the technique of popping, which is the contraction and release of your muscles while you're dancing.
제가 생각했을 때는 팝핑이란 댄스는 쉽게 생각하면은 그냥 우리가 추는 춤 위에 팝이라는 테크닉을 얹어서 다채롭게 표현할 수 있는 댄스고.
Popping is a style that I absolutely love, and the reason why I love it is because I feel like I can really express the way that I see the music.
It's really fun. It keeps you moving.
For me, popping, I think, has the most freedom.
Popping is amazing because it's like an illusion. It's like moving in a certain way that normal human can't move. It's becoming a bit of a sport now. Like in Europe and Korea, in Japan, in America, popping, there's big popping competitions, and competitors just like train like all year round to go in these competitions, and it's rising up as a big sport. The popping family or the popping community here is literally like a real entity. like a person, like a family.
Community is really important to me because I feel I get a lot of my inspiration from the scene. They also help me to keep me motivated.
It's family. It's not just that. It's about communicating with each other, caring for each other out of dance as well as in the dance.
Always about dance life, just enjoying life and dance together.
Hey, Carl, we should go clubbing sometime.
I think killing baby seals is wrong.
Whoa, how does killing baby seals equate to dancing?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I know you can find out by watching Dr. Ma's Guide to Dancing and Physiotherapy.
Oh, seriously, mate, what the hell are you doing?
What?
I'm not letting this slide, Carl.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, up next is our $2 short presentation. I don't know about you, Carl, but mannequins freak me out.
Yeah, lay off the acid, dude.
Oh, look at that one. He's in a hurry. Oh, and here comes Mr. Fabio. Huh. Don't trip over your hair, buddy.
You be quiet, newbie. The manager will be back any minute.
Come on, I was just having a laugh. Not very often the old man leaves the store for 5 minutes.
You don't know that he'll be 5 minutes. If he catches us talking.
The sign says back in 5 minutes. So I'm pretty sure we've got enough time. How do you do it anyway? Standing here all day, watching these humans go by. You must be bloody mad.
When you've been here as long as you'll be used to it. Sick of it, in fact. We're invisible to them anyway, at best.
Oh, looks like Mr. Business is smuggling pickles again. God, come on. Loosen up. I haven't seen you move your head in weeks. When do you ever have any fun, eh? You know, you're wrong about them humans. You know, the chick who dressed us last week? She has this little habit of carrying me around by the crotch.
That's enough. What's it to you anyway? You don't even have genitals.
Unlike you, a Dr. Anatomy.
Shut up! The manager will be back any minute. If he catches us talking.
You know, I've seen the way the old man looks at you.
Shut up! Shut up! Look! Here he comes. Stand still. Shut your mouth.
You know what? Let him come. I'm sick of these ridiculous $2 shorts anyway.
最初の一歩から始まります。力強い一歩は将来のための希望の一歩へと進化します。セントラルインスチュート・オブ・テクノロジーはあなたの夢を現実にするためのスタートラインになります。西オーストラリアのメディア業界は国際的にも成功を続けています。そしてパースシティの中心に位置するこのテイフは国内的にもそして国際的にも幅広く認知され質の高い授業を提供している教育機関です。ディプロマ・オブ・スクリーン&メディアコースでの最初の1年間は映画そしてテレビについての基本的な知識を学び始めこの業界に入るスタートとなります。実際に現場で使われている最新機材を使用しながら1年間勉強ができます。ここではたくさん実務的授業を受け実際に業界でも活用できる経験を積めます。さらには現地で開かれる多くの映画祭やコンペティションにも参加ができる機会があります。 皆さんにこの業界の魅力、このコースが提供することを知っていただけたと思います。それではここからはコースの2年目についてご紹介します。コースの2年目からは引き続き映画制作について学べるアドバンスディプロマオブデジタルシネマコースか、テレビ制作について勉強ができるアドバンスオブディプロマオブブロードキャストテレビジョンコースかを選ぶことができます。それではまずはじめに映画制作の勉強についてご紹介します。The Advanced Diploma of Digital Cinema コースでは1年目よりもさらに深い専門技術と知識を身につけるための授業が受けられます。映画制作における監督、撮影技術、録音技術などのさまざまあるすべての役割について学ぶことができます。さらにはあなたが制作する作品をよりプロフェッショナルな作品に進化させるチャンスを得る機会があります。テレビ制作は急速な発展をし続け、非常に挑戦しがいのある業界です。アドバンスディプロマオブブロードキャストテレビジョンコースでは複数のカメラを使った作品制作や専門知識を増やす機会が与えられます。実際に現場で実務経験のある豊富な知識を持った教師陣から講義や実践的な技術を学ぶことができます。さらにテレビドラマや生放送を含むさまざまある形のテレビ制作を最新設備、最新機材を使いながら挑戦ができ、経験を積むことができます。セントラルテーフであなたの未来の道を照らし始めてみませんか？
Jesus Christ. I'm never setting foot in another department store.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens when the shops close.
Oh, don't question them, Carl. You want to stay on their good side, they may take over the world. Well, we can welcome our new overlords very soon. All right, how about we pay attention to our weary crew, hey?
Are you sure they're weary? I saw one of them bouncing off the walls.
Yes, Carl. Now, when you're putting on a show like Terminal, it takes more than just amazing hosts to make it work.
Really?
Yeah, we have a whole crew behind the cameras pulling this whole production together.
What? All these people?
Yeah, Carl. What did you think they were doing?
I don't know. Just watching us being awesome?
Nah, Carl. They really do a lot of hard work.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. Hi. So what is your role?
I'm the floor manager. I'm in charge of the floor.
And that's why the floor is looking so damn clean at the moment?
Thank you.
No worries. Excellent. And what exactly is your role?
I'm a cameraman.
Like a photographer?
25 per second.
Okay. Well, I always wanted to be a model.
Yeah, me too, man.
Not bad, not bad. Short and sweet, I like it.
Thanks.
And what is your role?
I'm the audio assistant. I make sure your dialogue gets recorded.
Okay. So we can see the sound?
No.
Right. Do you have any hairless cats?
No.
Hairless rats?
No.
Mannequins?
Right. Well, we're almost at the end of our show. I've had a ball, Carl. How about you? Carl. Well, that's it, I guess. I'm Bruce, and that's Carl. And this is Federico Cianucci with I Follow My Soul. Rock on, Australia.
Run through the night. Faster and faster I go. I'm a bullet into the sky. I'm a speeding cannonball. I run through the night. Faster and faster I go. I run through the night. I follow my soul. Fly into the sky. Higher and higher I go. I travel at the speed of light. I'm a rocket out of control. I fly, fly, fly to the sky. Higher and higher I go. I fly